Buxtehude, it's Sandy. Today I'm going to do the book adaptation wishlist tag, which I first saw on Jen Campbell's channel, but was started by She Might Be Monica. I have a couple entries for some of them, but mostly I think I've actually stuck to one per category this time. First category is movies, and for this I've chosen Tell the Wolves I Have Home, which I just read like last week with my friend Erin. By Carol Rivka Brunt, and I think this would make a really good indie film if it had a beautiful soundtrack and like lots of pictures of, or lots of wood scenery. I feel like this could be a really, really moving indie film. It would have to be done right though. I could see this being done very, very wrong. I also think The Grace Keepers would make a great movie, but I don't have a book of that, so moving on. I really liked, with a couple caveats, the first Vampire Academy movie, and I'm really sad that the movies did not get a go-ahead for more. I would like the second and the rest of the Vampire Academy movies to be made a thing. I think they do well as movies. It would also make an okay TV show. But it would have to be done right, and I would like this original cast back. Well, specifically Dimitri. I don't really care about anybody else. Although they're very cute in real life together. I think that he would be okay as Jace if they just let him use his British accent, but whatever. Nobody cares what I think. Next category is TV show, and I've been in a kind of a Dragonlance mood ever since I talked about it a lot in my last video, and I think that the Dragonlance series, particularly, I mean, starting with the appropriate book, but if it was given the right treatment like Game of Thrones has been given, this could make great, great TV series. Who would I suggest casting as Raistlin, my favorite character? Perhaps Tom Hiddleston, just maybe. I think he'd be pretty great, since Loki is really close to Raistlin as a character. Raistlin is kind of like if Doctor Strange and Loki were one character. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Other casting advice. Chris Hemsworth as Caramon would be perfect. They're already brothers, it's fine. Tatiana Maslany as Tika Whalen would be pretty great. She can play anything, so whoever she wanted to be. I'd be happy with her playing Raistlin, that'd be great too. Other possible casting choices that I have, because this is really fun. Oh, who should play Tanis Half-Elven? Well, I pictured him kind of as Aragorn, because he's basically Aragorn. Who would be really good at that? Other than Viggo Mortensen, I don't know. But I digress. Next category is cartoon, and I'm kind of going to make it an anime rather than a strict cartoon, but I think Vicious would be a fantastic anime. It would kind of be a short series, although she's writing another book, or she has written the second book, so it could also be a series, like a longer series. I'd be fine with that. Victoria Schwab's writing just reads like anime watches to me, so I think any kind of crossover there would be great. A Darker Shade of Magic would also make a really good anime series. Next up would be comic or graphic novel series one, and I want to go with the Raven Boys for this because I don't know that this would, I think it could make a TV show as well, but part of the beauty of this is in the unexpected language use, and I think that would make a pretty good transfer over to comics rather than a show. I would have said Throne of Glass for a TV show, but it's getting done, so. For the play, my choice is a short story by Kurt Vonnegut, which you may have had to read in high school, called Harrison Bergeron. It's part of his collection, Welcome to the Monkey House. I have all of my students read it. They usually enjoy it. It's a really great close read, and the plot is, I mean, it's only 8 pages long, but it's fantastic. I think it would make a great play just because there's so much, like, it's very simple, but so complex at the same time. The issues in it are so relevant right now. So I think that'd be a great play. My favorite category for this one is musical next, and I choose Carry On. I think this would be a fantastic musical, a film version or a staged version. I'd be happy with either. Somebody wrote like an opening number for a musical of Carry On, and it was fantastic. So it was on Tumblr somewhere. I went through a very big spurt of following like a million different Carry On blogs back after I read this the second time. Maybe if they combined Fangirl and Carry On into one thing, like that would be really cute. But I think they work best separately. And then the final category is one that was added on by Jen Campbell, or She added it on because she'd see someone else add it on, I think, and that is documentary. I have two choices for this. The first choice that I want is Lord of the Rings. And you're like, but the films are already fantastic. Yes, they are. What I think should happen is a kind of The Office style, or I would mess up pronouncing his name, so I'm not going to try. But the guy who is directing Thor Ragnarok, also, he made a mockumentary. So I'm thinking mockumentary rather than documentary for this. He made a mockumentary called What We Do in the Shadows that is freaking hilarious, and I definitely think you should watch it. I mean, it's kind of scary, but it's amazing. It stars some of the people from Flight of the Conchords, and it's great. I want the cast from the movie and him directing a mockumentary of The Lord of the Rings, and I think it would be hilarious. What was for breakfast today? Lembas bread. More lembas bread. How old is that forest, Legolas? This forest is old. Very old. That's not surprising anyone, Legolas. And my final choice for a mockumentary style is the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. I think these characters the dynamic between the characters would make such a funny mockumentary. You could just imagine Jace having a love affair with the camera. You can imagine Izzy giving lots of fierceness. I would do a combination cast of the film version and the current show, Shadowhunters. I would choose, and then I would also cast Molly C. Quinn as Clary, because that's who I would have picked anyway. So I would have her as Clary, Jamie Campbell Bower as Jace, or Dom being allowed to use his English accent, Izzy and Alec as is. Magnus, I'm torn, because I really enjoy Harry Shum Jr. as Magnus, but like they're just, some of the directions they're giving him in season 1 are so stupid. And why is he so, like, predatory? Why? So yeah, that is my book adaptation wish list. I would love to see any of these things happen. I know some of them already exist in some forms, and that's more than great. But it would be so fun to see these versions. Thank you very much for watching. Bookstuda!